So yeah, today I'm going to take you through how we put together a opportunity analysis kind of SEO audit. So out of the three audits that we offer, this is the most entry level audit. So it's essentially going to give you an idea about how how you're on the SEO side, and essentially what you need to do to improve kind of SEO. So it's going to give you a bit of an audit on, as I said, what you're ranking for at the moment, what we think your potential keyword segments will be, how you're performing on local SEO, what does your backlink profile look like, and then also give you recommendations on next steps so that you can look to improve that, whether that's with us or whether that's by yourself. Um, that's entirely up to you. But this is, exactly what the audit's for. Whether you want to kind of do SEO for yourself in the future and you want to get an expert like us to go through the website, or if you're looking for that initial audit before you make that jump to working with an agency. So I'm going to give you an example of one that I've done recently. This is with an estate agent. So I'll kind of take you through what the slides essentially detail, and kind of what the next steps look like. So, as I said, yeah, opportunity analysis for this estate agent. What I kind of go through is a little bit of information about us and our process. Then I start going into detail about the business, so what their current visibility is, who their competition is, what's working on the local SEO side, and then I start talking about how we can create efficiencies for the business moving forward, or you can within your business, and then also we can look at a couple of case studies, testimonials from our side. Initially, and just to kind of give you a view about us, so we have rebranded twice since I started the business. So I started the business 4 years ago. Would have been working in-house for a travel company. COVID hit, so I moved away from working full time for them and started my own sort of freelance SEO agency. We've kind of grown from practicing what we preach. So the first goal was really just to rank for SEO agency Essex. SEO agency for travel brands and so on. So I went away to kind of build a business that targeted certain industries and locations to generate SEO leads for ourselves. So I'm definitely the business has really been based on practicing what we preach. And then we recently rebranded to digital. We've got a team of 10 sort of consultants in house now. So it's not about me, it's about the work that we do as a team that kind of drives that success for our customers. Um, the last 2 years, we've been recognised for two kind of industry awards. So we've been a UK Search Award finalist in 2022 and 2023. Some of the brands that we work with, national brands such as IMO Car Wash, Crosstown Donuts. We work with a fair amount of travel customers, including sort of Ocean Florida and Wing Boots. And then we also work with many sort of other types of businesses in different niches, such as you know used car dealerships or national shutters companies, as well as like B2B businesses. A bit of an idea about the type of people that you'd be working with on the initial audit. So myself, who I always tend to get involved in the initial strategy. We've got kind of Charlie, who's a senior SEO manager for ourselves. He's been with me since we started the business. Casey as well, who's an SEO manager at the moment, and also Mel, who's one of our sort of SEO execs within the team. So their kind of roles are split between kind of strategy, on page, technical SEO, content. We have different people that are experts in different areas, which helps us kind of generate a campaign that is super specific across all of the areas of SEO. So the process that we tend to go through is kind of building the SEO strategy, which this opportunity analysis will help with. So we look at kind of your keyword research. Then it's around looking at your whether you want to do this yourself or whether this is for an agency, but you want to look at implementing your strategy for your CMS, whether it's WordPress, whether it's Shopify, whether you're a e-commerce brand using WooCommerce. And then it's also about tracking and adjusting. How well is this performing for you? Are you increasing keywords? Are you generating traffic? Are you generating leads and conversions? So a lot of the time, at the start of the process, I tend to talk about why is SEO needed, or why is it important for businesses. Given that you've found this page in this video, you're probably aware of the importance of it. One of the things that I've kind of seen more recently as I've sort of I've been in SEO for the last 12 years now, but even sort of more local businesses with a storefront, for example, it's becoming more important for them to be local, to be visible online as well. 81% of people tend to research them online before they actually set foot in their premises. So it's becoming more and more important for a host of brands. So what I like to do is I like to put together like a personal roadmap for businesses. There are agencies that might give you a package which looks at like the amount of links or the amount of content. In my experience, the best way to get success from SEO is to put together a specific plan based on what you're looking to achieve and also based on your competitors. So what that could look like is something like this. The first month defining your SEO strategy, month two doing the technical audit, month three looking at a backlink audit and opportunity, month four is content marketing, so looking at long form content and how you can get users into the funnel from there. Month five looking at competitor analysis, and then sort of fine tuning. That's a very rough idea of what it could look like. But I tend to, and within this audit that I do for prospects, is I would put together a personal roadmap for you. So I'll share one that I put together at the end of the slide. An idea like we would cover all the areas of SEO. Again, whether it's something that you do in house or whether it's something you do with us, we do have support here that we can help implement this strategy. Look at is the current visibility. So I tend to look at this over the last year, last 2 years, to get a bit of an understanding of what's been happening on the website, an overview of how many keywords that the domain is ranking for. So in this case, I can see the domain was ranking for 1,200 keywords in May 2022. In April 2024, they're ranking for 1,700. So there's been an increase of 500 keywords. The most important thing is looking at the distribution of those keywords because they will also give you an understanding of what needs to be, how much more traffic is actually coming to the website. So I think you can see the amount of keywords in the top three has went from 55 to 51. So that's something to look at as we go through. That is, what are the actual keywords that they're ranking for? Are they branded? Are they not brand? Are they non-branded? In this case, I can see that ranking quite a lot for branded terms, but there's good search for that, which is great. And they're also ranking fairly well for non-branded terms. One thing I noticed was they have a couple of specific locations around Mayfair and Knightsbridge, and I can't see them ranking very high for estate agent Knightsbridge or estate agents Mayfair. So that's something that I've highlighted that would be a quick win for the business to look at implementing. The next thing I look at is just the current optimization of the website. So I usually do a crawl of the website, understand what are the title tags saying, what are the H1 saying, are they optimized in a way that's going to generate keyword success and improvements. In this case, there were suggestions that we could improve there. The next thing I look at is then what are the keyword segments they should be looking at. So I normally break that down into a few different segments. So in this case, I've said estate agent plus overall location, and then estate agent plus specific location. So that could be estate agent Mayfair, and then near me keywords. Where there's people tend to work with local estate agents, there's going to be more near me keywords for this type of campaign. And then what I do is I take those keywords and look at the competition to understand where is your business competing compared to the other competition. Essentially, what do you need to do to get a ranking above them? So then I start looking at the distribution of non-branded versus branded. We look at how many referring domains do you have compared to those brands. We look at, on average, the traffic, even though that's a bit of a vague metric right now, but it gives us a view of where you're currently sitting. What we do from there is, so on this slide, I've created two versions because I've created a version based on Knightsbridge. So I'll try to look at different segments and your competition across different segments. And this could be the different services you've got. You'll have different competitors per service or per location. Once we've done that, we can start looking at the gap analysis. So it's keyword gap analysis, which is what are the keywords your competitors are ranking for that you're not, and that will identify opportunities where we should be looking to improve. And that's the same also for backlink analysis. So what we tend to look at is like, what are the backlinks your competitors have that you don't have, and how can we look to source those backlinks to improve the campaign? Look at your search console. What's the current performance of the website? Are there any trends that we can see? So in this aspect, I've looked at search console. I can see that they've had 0 clicks for any keyword that mentions Mayfair. So it's a huge opportunity for the business to improve there. The same with Knightsbridge as well. They've only had 9 clicks. I think that's over a 16-month period as well. So there's 2 areas that they can really work on to improve traffic improve conversions, and essentially bookings. Once we looked at the keyword research, we've looked at the competitor analysis. I'd look at their current backlink profile to understand, is that performing well for them? Is it optimized based on the keywords we mentioned? In this case, you can see it's all branded, whereas it should probably be more focused on the keywords we're targeting. Then I would go through local SEO, have a look at where they're ranking for near me keywords on the Google Maps listing. I'd give an example of where we need to make improvements there, especially on their kind of listing themselves. And then an example of how we would look to optimize. So adding services, adding products, adding locations to ensure that we can rank first in organic listing, but also in the Google Map listing. And then I give a bit of an idea of how we would look, how we would go around tracking that, and how you can go around tracking your performance on local SEO. So you can see that there's more green dots that come up as we go through that optimization stage. And then I would kind of go through, look, these are the deliverables you need to look at as a business. The deliverables potentially cost if you was to work with us, and then what is that strategy and what is that timeline ongoing? So what we should be doing month one, what we should be doing month two, month three, month four, and so on. And that gives you your roadmap to then really sort of drive it forward. But yeah, any questions, let us know. But yeah, if you want to sort of an opportunity in SEO audit, purchase below, and yeah, we can get started. Cheers.